So it has been a couple of months since we last talked about Adam22, and the word through the internet grapevine is that Adam was not happy about my coverage last time I made a video on him and the whole cucking situation, where, if you don't remember, Adam encouraged his wife to get piped out by a very large man named Jason Love, as long as they recorded it and made millions off of the footage, that is. Apparently she made tenfold what she ever could have imagined, proclaiming that the direct money was all hers, while Adam could get the coattail money, and then I and many others could get the coattails money just talking about it. Like enough to buy a very nice used car in this bad economy. Of course, for a couple of weeks there, this situation was a huge topic of discussion online.
Do you know this guy thought he had a 25-inch bro?
No, can you say why? Can you say why?
As people questioned Adam's decisions on a massive scale. Questions were asked like, would you give your wife away for X amount of dollars? Why did she have to eat it? While others really just wanted to be next in line. There were some hilarious memes, the red pill cringe god ate this up, and some people even questioned him to his face about what he had just done.
That's some real white boy. So she picked him.
I think, yeah, there was really only a few that she was kind of choosing between that would have made sense.
And overall, this is a very sick game that Adam was playing in my opinion, as he completely leaned into the idea that this video shoot was something he ended up enjoying very much.
The whole world seems to have decided that being a is a bad thing, or like that your girl getting someone else is a bad thing. I don't know. I'm not like, I was not horrified by it. I'm not like upset by it.
I hope you watch the scene, and I don't know, because I know that you think it's hot.
And like I predicted before the clip even dropped, every time he now tweets out or posts on Instagram, there is someone clowning him for what he let happen down below in the comments, which is very reminiscent of how social media is for Brother Nature and his sandwich shop incident. Regardless of the relentless Twitter trolls banger hunting, Adam and the No Jumper channel have continued to make strides and get back to a similar, if not excelling past where they were last year, before their crew had this massive fallout. It's safe to say that similar to Joe Budden, after his podcast breakup, Adam has been able to keep his brand afloat, continuing the potential for his conglomerate of content. But that does not mean that all content is made equally, and I would still say that No Jumper continues to get more and more degenerate by the day. I had a couple of you guys reach out to me and send me this specific video in my Instagram DMs, saying I simply had to cover it, and that Adam was on a whole new level of down bad. As you guys can see by the title there, Adam says he's seen a picture of Drake's eggplant, so we're already getting off to a great start.
You know what's crazy is that the other day I was around this girl and she just showed me Drake's on her phone.
It's crazy.
And I'm just like,
wow.
Dub's like, I'm uncomfortable.
No,
I'm just, it was just like, somehow
that is an absolutely insane way to start a conversation with your boys. Like, you know, when you're sitting around a group of guys, y'all just maybe talked for an hour or two, and then they drop those dreaded lines, we should start a podcast? No, we shouldn't. But shout out to my guy in the back right here for being a real trooper during this whole rebuild process, making sure he gets paid. And I've never seen this other gentleman with the Gucci man stomach, but shout out to him as well. They're both looking at Adam like, what the f am I doing here?
This just randomly came up and she's just showing me, and I'm not believing it, and she could tell I'm not believing it. I'm like, yeah, all right. She goes right back to her text messages, scrolls through the rest of it, shows me a bunch of other selfies and like photos of him that I never seen before. You know, she's still trying to prove it to me more. She goes to the Instagram DM, shows me the full Instagram history with the DM, the blue check, whatever.
Oh my God.
I don't know this girl to be a psychopathic liar or anything.
I mean, I would honestly think that a good majority of the people that Adam is hanging around at this point are chasing that clout. I mean, anyone who's flexing a picture of a celebrity's dong has to be kind of on some clout chasing shit.
She showed me, and the skin color matched up with the skin color that I would think that Drake's would actually be.
What?
And I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm sure you're wondering right now, Adam, was it big, was it small?
I wasn't.
The man's got a missile on him. like a baby arm, if you will.
Nah, Adam is on some other shit these days. Talking about it matches the skin color? I mean, this is just a whole nother level of degeneracy. This is a whole nother level of meat watching. I mean, this man had to go in there and zoom in on the skin cells. He was doing a side-by-side analysis with a picture of Drake's face. Like, yeah, I guess I could see that being his. And speaking of looking at skin up close, You guys at home need to be taking better care of your skin. And that's why I'm once again so happy to be teaming up with T.H. Hanley as the sponsor of today's video. Back in the day, I would try and take care of my skin, but I never really knew what I was doing. Various washes, various moisturizers, it was all very confusing. But with T.H., they make everything simple. For the last 2 years, I've used their level 1 system. It consists of a daily face wash, a scrub you will use twice a week, a moisturizer for the morning with SPF to keep you protected from the sun, and a nighttime moisturizer before you go to bed so you can wake up looking fresh. It is so important to take care of your skin, and if you do simple things like wash and moisturize with T.H., I promise you are already way ahead of the majority of men out there. And when you do order T.H. today using my link, you will get at least 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. So I don't know what you guys are waiting for. Click that link down below and take better care of yourself today.
Now, the genius part about the photo that I saw is once I got done absorbing it, or like thinking about like, whoa, is that really what I'm looking at? Is that there was nothing in
Once he got done sending it to himself.
the photo that could identify it to him, I don't believe. So like he would, even if this photo came out, he would probably have like plausible deniability. But I couldn't even wrap my head around the fact that this could potentially be a real thing. If I'm Drake, I am not sending pictures to these random girls, right? Like what level of trust could you possibly have? Apparently.
I mean, let me ask you guys something. When it comes to pics of your mini-me, when it comes to pics of your little friend, do y'all have those floating around out there with potential exes, former lovers? Me personally, I don't know how many pictures of mine are just floating around in various clouds. I don't know if mine is like exceptional enough to where they're keeping the picture after we messed around. And do you guys think that keeping nudies of someone else is kind of like morally wrong? Because I know some people holding on to those things like they're trophies, like they're rare Pokemon cards.
Your trust was at least a little bit misguided because this girl's showing me and having a whole goddamn conversation about it.
Yeah, because she's
but
chasing
I don't think he'd
clout.
actually put to her.
This is a crazy
You're
conversation.
looking at me like you think that this whole conversation is a little gay.
It is.
No, it's crazy. Because, like, what if he only, you think he just flicks it out to all the bitches?
Well, that's what I'm wondering is,
What are these two guys even doing on this podcast, to be honest? Get your money, guys. Get your money. Can't even be mad at it. But this is the face of a man who's definitely questioning his life decisions.
do you think that he's secretly hoping that she will expose it? Because I want to be honest with you, if that photo came out,
all the bitches.
it would be all praise. It was not like, it's not like he was working like a middle of the road type. No, like you could do, like if you weren't a great singer and actor or a rapper or whatever, then you could be a real deal Johnny Sins out here in this bitch. Like you could.
Yeah, Adam is a nasty dude. Talking about another man's peace in this way is just absolutely insane. Like, I think within the next couple of years, we're going to see Adam on camera getting piped out by a Jeffree Star-looking character.
You're admiring Drake's a little bit too hard.
Listen, I was only looking at it.
Finally, man.
I was only looking at it for
Finally,
maybe like
someone
15
said some
seconds.
shit.
It's not admiring. I was just in shock at the fact that I was actually looking at something. It would be like.
Was it looking at you too, or was it?
All right,
was
all right.
looking down?
If your homie showed you like,
He said
hey,
that
look,
one-eyed
I got a
monster.
picture of.
Did it look like this?
I can't even think of it.
Look like this?
Did it look
Why
like
are you trying to look?
Did it look like Blueface's son's hernia?
He just want to look at any.
He just tricked him on some slick shit. That was hilarious.
Did it look like this?
I can't even think of it.
Did it look like this?
Did it look
Why
like
are you trying to look?
Did it look like Blueface's son's hernia?
Look how anxious Adam was to see that shit again.
Did it look like this?
Did it look
Why
like
are you trying to look?
Did it look like Blueface?
His face.
Did it look like this?
Did it look
Why
like
are you trying to look?
Did it look like Blueface's son's hernia?
He just want to look at any. Show me a picture of it.
Stop trying to change the subject, Adam. This ain't about Blueface.
In the competition between Drake's and Blueface's hernia, I might give it to Blueface's baby though.
This just keeps getting worse, man.
That hernia was the size of a house. But
Yeah.
besides that,
It's
I
not
felt like
his
it was pretty
baby.
solid.
It's the other dude's baby.
That awkward silence when your friend just says something completely up.
Yo, I'm so glad that I could even just acknowledge that I saw this photo of Drake because I've been thinking about it for like months.
Who can say they see
What
Drake?
Exactly. Me and
Somebody got their hand up over there.
me and a couple other girls who were in that room at that moment. But basically, like,
He's been thinking about a photo of another man's dong for months. I mean, I'm thinking that if Drake wanted to smash his wife right now, he is absolutely letting it happen, whether it be on camera or not.
I saw it because she was showing Lena it. And then I walk up, and Lena was kind of like, oh my God, don't show him. He's never going to shut up about it, whatever. And I'm like, what? What is it? Girl didn't shy away. She's like, oh, look, it's Drake's. And I'm just like, what? Either she's getting catfished by someone who's pretending to be him, which does not seem very likely, or I actually saw that shit. So I'm just saying, I am privy to some of the world's greatest secrets. Drake's been doing a great job his whole career and not showing the world his. Somehow I laid eyes on it.
I mean, this guy is acting like he laid his eyes on the sea scrolls. Like, if there was a museum somewhere, like deep under the ocean, deep in some cave, and the only solo picture was a portrait of Drake's dong, this guy is going. Like, I could live the rest of my life without seeing anyone else's. I'd be perfectly content with that.
But do you think that, like, the Shade Room would care about a heterosexual, alleged white guy having seen it? I don't know.
Listen, guys, I don't even know what to really say at this point. I mean, No Jumper as a platform is still going up. I haven't really been checking it out for the last couple of months, to be honest with you guys. There was a time when I was very impressed by the work Adam was doing over there. I mean, maybe it is still impressive. Like I said, I just don't really know. But I really thought at one time he was going to be like a modern-day Howard Stern. And when I say that, I basically mean I thought he was going to be the guy that just doesn't give a shit and is going to be willing to ask absolutely any question, no matter how uncomfortable and no matter who's sitting in front of him. And for the most part, I do still really like his interview style, but it is kind of hard not to look at him different, at least from my perspective, after everything that's occurred over the last couple of months and, like, these type of topics. Like, I gotta bring out the Bible and say a couple prayers tonight just for this segment. But, y'all let me know what you guys think about this down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and some of the crazy news, yes I said news, not nudes, out here needs to be covered. So I'm out. Peace!